Tonight on Film Flickers, Dwayne Johnson leaves no doubt to his name in his new film, and as you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion.
I am Hercules!
Scarlett Johansson brings a new meaning to the phrase drop dead gorgeous in our latest movie, Lucy. And Adam Levine makes his Hollywood film debut in Begin Again, and we'll hear from him as well.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Gabriel Iglesias, and you're watching Film Flickers. Try saying that 6 times in a row. Eventually, you're gonna cuss.
Hello, I'm your host, Jessica Headley. Before he was legend, he was man. That's the theme behind Hercules. None other than The Rock. Dwayne Johnson steps into the mythical role of Hercules. Let's take a look.
No matter how fast you run, no matter how far you go, the beast will follow. Man cannot escape his fate. Hercules.
Your name is a rallying cry. We all know your legend. You're the son of Zeus.
I only want to be a husband and a father.
Welcome home, Miller.
You cannot deny what you are. The gods will punish you for it.
The gods that killed your family have unleashed hell on Earth. They are the descendants of Hades. They cannot be killed by an ordinary mortal.
The people need you.
I am no hero.
A man with a cause can be stronger than a god.
We get some rules to follow.
Take revenge for your family. Save these people. And restore order to this world.
Do we die in this battle?
My time's not come yet. Not sure about yours.
We will fight for you. And we will die for you.
Have faith in yourself. Now, tell me, who are you?
I am Hercules!
You can follow the legend of Hercules as he confronts a sin from his past and enter the world of a mythological demigod in Santikos theaters this weekend. Can you name this week's famous movie quote? Here it goes. I'm a peacock, you gotta let me fly. Email Who Said That at filmflickers.com and you could win 2 season passes to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. If you need a hint, check out our Facebook page. Last week's winner correctly answered Heather Langenkamp as Nancy in Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm not fat, I'm fluffy. Those are the words right out of the mouth of comedic genius Gabriel Iglesias. He calls himself hot and fluffy and is letting you in on some never-seen footage and a roll of laughs from his latest comedy ventures.
Fluffy, Fluffy, Fluffy. We love you, Fluffy.
Love you, Fluffy!
We love Fluffy.
23 countries,
Everybody can relate to what he talks about.
over 400 cities,
They don't see a fake guy. They see their cousin, their neighbor.
over 500,000 tickets sold worldwide, more than 250 million YouTube views.
It's about to get real. A comedic influence growing up definitely was my mom. Paul Rodriguez was really big, Eddie Murphy, Robin Williams. Those are the biggest ones for me. And Now the people that influenced me are the people I hang out with. So I mean, there's all my friends and a couple of leftover family members.
First time I saw him was at a comedy club. Now he's playing Radio City Music Hall.
London,
Brisbane, Canada.
Fluffy goes everywhere.
The character voices started happening when I was 10 years old. So basically I was in the middle of puberty and I started talking like a girl automatically, and then I just never forgot. And I just started mimicking people that I'd see on TV at the house because I had no toys. I know, but fortunately it worked out for me.
Oh my God, I don't believe it.
Don't do it!
No.
Dun, 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 dun.
To describe the feeling you get when a joke hits really, really hard, it's an amazing feeling. It's very euphoric. That's the big word of the day, euphoric. Ay, que esa palabrota, euphoric. Yes, when you're up there, man, it's just you and the crowd, and when you hear that roar, to know that you've touched that many people at the same time to where they're like, that connection, it's amazing.
Back in the day, I had a thing called a Nintendo Entertainment System. You had to work to play. It was like performing CPR. You'd hold a cartridge, and then it was like, you push it down, you push it up, you push it down, you push it up. Give it oxygen!
The biggest difference between this film and any of the other comedy specials I've put out there is that this one gets super personal, and when you walk out of that theater, you're gonna know exactly who you saw. The amount of information, personal information that I put out there is more than I've ever done. It's an emotional roller coaster. I talk about my parents, I talk about how I became who I am now, and some of the struggles that I've had, and trying to overcome things like diabetes and being a step parent, and then having my father show up after 30 years of being MIA. And not in Miami, people. I mean, he was gone, he wasn't there. El papá no estaba allí. So stuff like that, and then there's a really nice, strong message at the end. So it's an emotional roller coaster, and definitely it's my proudest, work.
I'm telling stories about where my son is at right now.
Frankie is very sensitive about his mom. I reach over and I grab her hand. That's gross, Dad. I go, that's not gross, Frankie. Baby, open your mouth. Somebody stop him!
Get it fluffed up and let laughter be your best medicine with Fluffy and Santikos theaters this weekend. No picture's perfect until it's picture perfect prize time. If you know what movie this scene is from, email me at pictureperfect@filmflickers.com and you could win 2 season passes to Fiesta, Texas. For a clue, check out our Facebook page. Last week's Picture Perfect winner knew this scene was from Shaun of the Dead. Well done. Coming up next, Scarlett Johansson is unleashing all the powers of the human mind in Lucy. Plus, more chances for you to win Fiesta Texas season passes after the break. Film Flickers is brought to you by IHOP. Welcome back. It's time for all your latest film news and What's Up Hollywood. Fast and the Furious 7 just wrapped. Star Michelle Rodriguez is calling it, though, the roughest shoot of her career. According to the Wrap, she also posted on Facebook, "Hope to make you proud, P. Love you." All of this comes after the franchise lost arguably its biggest star in Paul Walker last November in a tragic car accident. Legally Blonde, try illegally using. That's the premise for Reese Witherspoon's new movie. It's a far cry from her Illegally Blonde days. The movie tells the tale of a woman on an 1,100-mile solo hike as she uses heroin and has sex with anyone who asks. Some are saying it could be another chance at an Oscar for Reese. Iron Man dad Robert Downey Jr. could be having another child with his wife. Could is the key word here. ET reports Downey tweeted a message that might indicate his wife is pregnant again. No comment yet from his reps. For What's Up Hollywood, that's a wrap. Imagine access to unlimited mental powers. It's unimaginable. But Scarlett Johansson discovers that as Lucy, and she uses those powers to turn the tables on her captors and shows us just how powerful one woman can be using the expansiveness of our minds. Here's a look at Lucy.
What happened? What's going on?
You've merely slipped a little package into your lower tummy.
And you're going to transport something very special to us.
You speak speak English?
No.
You speak English?
Yes.
Take me to the hospital now. Somebody put a bag of drugs inside me. I need you to take it out. It's leaking.
It is estimated most human beings only use 10% of their brain's capacity. Imagine if we could access 100%. Interesting things begin to happen.
I have access to 28% of my cerebral capacity. I can feel every living thing.
Since when did you start writing Chinese?
Since an hour ago.
What happens when she reaches 100%?
I have no idea.
All this knowledge, you can unlock secrets that go beyond our universe. I'm not even sure that mankind is ready for it.
It's like all things that make me human are fading away.
We'll be back to Lucy in a moment. Now it's your turn to open the other compartments of your brain with this week's Movie Scramble. Can you unscramble these letters? If you can, you could win 2 season passes to Fiesta, Texas. Email your answer to moviescramble@filmflickers.com. Don't forget to get a clue and another peek at this one. Check out our Facebook page. Congrats to last week's Movie Scramble winner who correctly answered Tomater. Lucy was filmed largely in Taipei. Let us take you behind the scenes with stars Scarlett Johansson and crew as we explore the crevices and power of the mind. Here's tonight's Film Flickers Spotlight interview.
Life was given to us 1 billion years ago. What have we done with it?
Lucy.
He shot in Taipei and Paris.
Action.
Being in Paris isn't about being in a city where Luke is most comfortable, but it's an incredibly cinematic city. And in Taipei, I really loved filming in that city. I just loved being able to explore that city. And I think in some ways, just the fact that we were all so tired and jet-lagged and out of our element really added to the kind of the disorientation of the character. What's in it?
Don't get paranoid on me, all right? You trust me, don't you?
No!
I always have the desire for this film to start to another place. And Asia was perfect. And on the script, I always put Taipei because I went for The Fifth Element 20 years ago. And I love the town, the feeling, the people. And the funny thing is at the end, we end up in the hotel that I knew 20 years ago.
In Paris, Luc had this crazy idea of having the car going through the opposite traffic on Rue de Rivoli, which is the heart of Paris. He filmed at La Sorbonne, the most beautiful university in Paris.
Sorbonne is one of the oldest universities in Paris. And you have all this great knowledge. And I stopped school very early, I make films. And I'm making a film about knowledge and I'm just destroying their knowledge. And in fact, on the last day, you can't even recognize the La Sorbonne. It's just amazing.
Feel like a brainiac with Morgan Freeman and Scarlett Johansson this weekend in Santikos theaters. Coming up, it's musical sensation Maroon 5's Adam Levine as he goes from the TV screen to the big screen. We'll also take you on a film flashback trip and hold on because there's a chance to win season passes to Fiesta, Texas. Welcome back. In tonight's film flashback segment, Nathan Cohn takes us to a martini-loving couple and a film done so quickly, you might be shocked it actually came together.
Thanks, Jessica. No on-screen couple loved their martinis or each other quite as much as Nick and Nora Charles. The married detectives began their on-screen sleuthing in 1934 with The Thin Man. The mystery is incidental in this movie. It's a delight just to watch the interplay between William Powell and Myrna Loy.
Hey, it was you that got me into this.
No, I know, but this is different. He's a crazy man. He might kill you.
He won't kill me. I've got acid to protect me.
All right, go ahead. Go on, see if I can.
The Thin Man was shot in 12 days, and it was such a hit that it spawned 5 sequels. You can see the original this Tuesday at the Santikos Bijou as part of Texas Public Radio's Cinema Tuesday series. Reservations are online at tpr.org. I hope to see you there. Back to you, Jessica.
Adam Levine makes his big screen debut in this romantic comedy starring Keira Knightley and Mark Ruffalo. Boulevard of Broken Dreams? How about the Manhattan block of blossoming possibilities in a story that explores the music industry that once was?
As far as I'm concerned, it's my struggle with this newfound fame that I have, my character has, and not being able to kind of negotiate my professional life, or to balance my professional life with my relationship with Greta, which obviously starts really suffering. And having been in that position in my life, I obviously was connected to it immediately when John let me know about the script, which I read and absolutely fell in love with.
Mr. Mulligan, this is Distressed Records. Your 10 o'clock meeting started 15 minutes ago.
So what are we doing here?
It's not working. You gotta go.
I'm taking my client list.
It's not Jerry Maguire.
I'm taking my art list. Get away from me. Get away. I'm coming back for that. Don't tell your mama I lost my job today. You got money to pay for these?
I'm a kid. I don't have any money on
What
me.
happened to your pocket money?
Well, I spent that on condoms.
No.
We're total rock stars. Unbelievable.
We don't want anything to stand in his way.
Capiche?
I'm just tagging along.
Babe, we need to talk.
So, this is a new song for anyone who's ever been alone in the city.
So you find yourself at the subway. You realize it's the end of the line.
I was having a nervous breakdown, and then I heard your song.
There goes.
I want to make records with you. Come on, let's get out of here. You're gonna have to get these beers, though. Let's record an album. You don't even need to rent a studio.
You mean record outside?
Every song we do in a different location.
Under the bridge?
Chinatown.
Rowing boats in Central Park.
Whatever happens, we record it.
If we get arrested?
Keep rolling.
Hey, you, come back here. Where are you going? Check it out. Your boyfriend just wanted music gone.
If I could somehow do anything that would undo what I did to us, just tell me what it is.
I think everything's changed.
Nice beard, you loser.
A guy like that falls on his luck for a couple of years. People lose sight of who he is.
This really is a bit of a long shot, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's when the magic happens.
Waiting for the next move, anticipating the next groove. And the road is long, and you're only as strong as your next move. Yo, Fat Jimmy, did you get that down? I got it. All right, because that was exceptionally good.
Hear the music with this one now playing in Santikos theaters. Coming up next, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes truly went a little apes at the box office. And it's your last chance to win 2 Fiesta Texas season passes right after the break. Welcome back. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes gave the summer box office bunches of green bananas. Delivering way beyond expectation at $73 million, crowned the Apes the new box office king. Transformers got dethroned but has now crossed $750 million worldwide. Here's a special look at Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
I need to speak to Caesar!
You spoke up, we caught it, and we're sharing it in this week's Voice of the People.
I
I thought that the movie was, I thought it was really good, and I hope that there's a sequel to it.
Planet of the Apes, the new release, and it was real good. We thought it was good. Did you guys like it?
Yeah, we liked it.
We saw the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, 10/15, 3D. It was pretty good.
Planet of the Apes. Love it. Grew up on watching the originals. I think this one was definitely a good movie. Definitely must see.
Definitely emotional. Wasn't expecting to have that connection with the movie. I liked it overall. It was a lot better for us to connect with versus the previous movies.
I thought it was amazing. Actually, I do sign language, so throughout this entire movie, they actually use real signs. So I thought it was an amazing way that they did that, and great, awesome action.
Caesar. He just seems so brave, and he reminds me of the actual Roman king Caesar.
Go Caesar. Caesar, hey. Yeah, Caesar's a man.
Everything looked completely real. Like, the way that they moved, the apes, everything looked amazing.
You couldn't tell the difference. Yeah. Like, you couldn't tell what was CGI and what was not. I didn't get that feeling in this one.
Exactly.
I didn't think about that. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah. I thought it was real.
Yeah.
Real apes.
Crazy.
CGI.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about.
It's no Transformers.
Yeah.
Definitely not. If you like the original, you definitely like these. For sure.
Dawn of the Planet. I thought it was great.
It was
It was really good.
Really entertaining.
The special effects were good. The story was good. I liked all of it. It was awesome.
This one, amazing. I can't wait. I mean, they're gonna have, the next ones. I can't wait till those come out too. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to the next one. Yeah.
It's an awesome movie. We recommend it to the public.
Join us this week at the Palladium Santikos Theater if you'd like to be featured on the next Film Flickers. We pick a few people each week to capture your take on the recent box office releases. How about some Tinseltown trivia? Which one of these characters has Andy Serkis not played? Was it Gollum, King Kong, Yoda, or Caesar? Email your answer to movietrivia@filmflickers.com and you could win our final 2 season passes to Fiesta, Texas. If you need a hint, check out our Facebook page. Last week's winner correctly answered Cobra. Don't forget, for more movie madness, you can also join me Thursday nights and Friday mornings on Fox San Antonio and News 4 San Antonio for Santikos Movie Moments. Before we say goodnight, I want to invite you to watch our spectacular Guardians of the Galaxy Film Flickers special edition next week. We will have special sneak peek footage, amazing interviews with the cast, and much more. Follow us on Facebook as we get ready to unlock the galaxy. Until then, I'm Jessica Headley with Film Flickers.